Hello everyone, welcome back to Ashish Malik IAS Academy. I am your educator Mansi Tyagi and I teach polity and current affairs on this platform. Guys, in this lecture we will be talking about the recent Supreme Court verdict regarding the Hindu women's inheritance rights. And before moving forward, if any one of you wants to get access or if you want to subscribe to an Academy Plus, then you can use this referral code Ashish Malik 10 and इस code को use करने के बाद you guys will get 10% additional discount on the subscription fee. इसके साथ ही these current affair books, Disha 365 Current Affairs Analysis Volume 1 and Volume 2, both the books cover approximately 70% of your UPSC syllabus. So make sure आप ये books भी जरूर खरीदें. इनके साथ ही एक और book भी आ गई है in the market, which is 1000 most probable MCQs for your preliminary examination with additional 500 previous year questions. So make sure कि आप ये book जरूर खरीदें. It is a question bank. It will help you in solving more and more MCQ and getting command on the different types of questions. So make sure आप ये तीनों ही books जरूर खरीदें. And if any one of you wants to watch my previous videos on current affairs and NCERT crash course on Indian polity class 11th and 12th, then you can go to these playlists and you will find all my lectures here. So let us start our today's discussion. You can see here that Supreme Court ने भी recently verdict दिया है regarding the Hindu women's inheritance right. So what was in the news? A 3-judge bench ruled that Hindu women's right to be a joint heir to the ancestral property is by birth and does not depend on whether her father was alive or not alive when the law was enacted in 2005. Now, initially this Hindu Succession Act was enacted in 1956, but later in 2005 it was amended to change some clause, because we will read about it in our coming minutes. So this 3-judge bench, it was headed by Justice Arun Mishra, and उन्होंने ये कहा कि जो हिंदू वुमेन, जितनी भी हिंदू रिलीजन को फॉलो करने वाली औरतें हैं, they have their right to be a joint heir in ancestral property. All the property which is their ancestral property, which will be passed on to the coming generation, उसमें women का भी equal right है as the daughters जो हैं उनका equal right है as the son of their family, and it is by birth. It is not only because of law, but this right is by birth and it does not depend whether their father are alive or not alive. But why this question of their father being alive or not has been mentioned here. So we'll go into that detail. Now let us see few basic things about the Hindu Succession Act of 2005. Initially, the Mitakshara school of Hindu law, it was codified as the Hindu Succession Act 1956. And this law governed the succession and inheritance of property. Now, but under this act, only male heirs were recognized as the legal heirs. Okay, women were not recognized as the legal heirs. Women were not given right to ancestral property. They had no inheritance right to their ancestral property. Now, this Succession Act applied to everyone who is not a Muslim, Christian, Parsi or Jew by religion. अगर आप हिंदू हैं तभी आपके ऊपर ये एप्लीकेबल होगा. इफ यू आर फॉलोइंग एनी अदर रिलीजन, फॉर एग्जाम्पल इस्लाम को अगर आप फॉलो करते हैं, इफ यू आर फॉलोइंग क्रिश्चियनिटी, अगर आप पारसी हैं, ज्यू है, then this succession act will not apply on you. Now there are some other sub-categorization within Hindu religions. Buddhism is another religion. It is considered as a different religion, but for this Hindu Succession Act, Buddhist, Sikh, Jain, and the followers of Arya Samaj and Brahmo Samaj, all of them were considered as the part of Hindu religion. Okay. All of them were part of Hindu religion. Now you can get a question if अगर UPSC ने preliminary examination में दिया that under the Hindu Succession Act 1956, these communities are considered as the part of Hindu religion only. So please remember कि only for this particular succession act, these communities are considered to be Hindus. Now because in 1956 women were not considered as the legal heirs and काफी ज्यादा डिमांड्स होती थी, केसेस फाइल होते थे इन कोर्ट्स, इसके बाद 2005 में इस एक्ट को अमेंड किया गया, हिंदू सक्सेशन एक्ट 2005 आया, and under this women were recognized as corporaceners और corporaceners मतलब joint legal heirs, मतलब if male person is having right to inheritance to their ancestral property, the same right is given to the women of that particular family also. So in 2005 act, which was the amended version of 1956 act, women were recognized as joint legal heirs for partition arising from 2005. And इस पर्टिकुलर क्लॉज को लाने के लिए सेक्शन 6 of 1956 act was amended. Now the law gave, now we are talking about the 2005 act. The law gave the daughter the same rights and liabilities in the coparcenary property as she would have had if she had been a son. Now what is the fault or why we are punishing women, why we are punishing our daughters? इसमें उनकी गलती नहीं है that she has been born as a girl child. अगर वो if she had been a son तो उसको equal right होता in their ancestral property. So under 2005 act it was recognized that women will be considered as the joint legal heir and they will be given equal rights, same rights as the son is having. Okay, now the law applies to ancestral property and to in-state succession of personal property where succession happens as per the law and not through a will. Now अगर कहीं पर will के basis पर पार्टीशन हो रहा है या पास ऑन की जा रही है प्रॉपर्टी, तो वहां पर तो हम विल को ही फॉलो करते हैं कि हमें जिस पर्सन ने भी वो विल लिखी है कि मैं अपनी प्रॉपर्टी इसके नाम करना चाहता हूँ या फिर सिर्फ एक बेटे के नाम या बेटी के नाम, इन दैट केस वील फॉलो विल. बट जहां पर विल नहीं है, जहां पर लॉ के बेसिस पर सक्सेशन होना है किसी भी प्रॉपर्टी का, एंसेस्ट्रल प्रॉपर्टी और पर्सनल प्रॉपर्टी, इन दैट केस वील फॉलो 2005 सक्सेशन एक्ट एंड women will be given equal rights as the son are given. Now this reform which was done in 2005, it was also recommended by 174th Law Commission report. Similar reform was recommended. इसके साथ ही बिफोर दिस अमेंडमेंट काफी सारी स्टेट्स थी जिन्होंने ऑलरेडी अपने लॉ में, जो स्टेट सक्सेशन लॉ था, हिंदू लॉ था सक्सेशन के लिए, उसमें चेंजेस कर दिए थे. फॉर एग्जांपल आंध्र प्रदेश, कर्नाटका, महाराष्ट्र, तमिलनाडु, उन्होंने ऑलरेडी चेंजेस कर दिए थे बिफोर 2005 एक्ट. Apart from this, Kerala had abolished the Hindu joint family system. Now what happens in Hindu joint family? Hindu joint family जो universal system है, in that women are not considered to be the legal heirs because only male member of the family is considered to be the legal heir of ancestral family. Joint family होती है, jointly जो भी लोग हैं वहाँ पर legal heirs male, वो own करते हैं प्रॉपर्टी को एंड women को नहीं कंसिडर्ड किया जाता. बट इन 2005 everything was changed. Now we have amended this act, but after this amendment many questions were raised, like whether the law applied retrospectively because this was amended in 2005 and the cases which were there or filed during 1950s, 60s or between the 1956 period to 2005, तो क्या उस पीरियड में जो केसेस फाइल हुए हैं उनके ऊपर ये लॉ अप्लाई होता है या नहीं होता है. सो रेट्रोस्पेक्टिवली मीन्स कि जिस डेट को ये लॉ एनैक्ट हुआ है, आया है, उसके पहले की जो डेट्स हैं या उसके पहले के जो केसेस हैं उन पर भी अप्लाई होगा रेट्रोस्पेक्टिवली, कि पास्ट के केसेस में भी अप्लाई होगा ये लॉ. एंड द अनदर क्वेश्चन व्हिच वाज रेज्ड इज if the women or the right of women dependent on the living status of father through whom they had they would inherit the property. Now, another question was that whether they will inherit property only if their father is living. If their father is no more, then will they be able to inherit the property? So different kind of questions were raised because all this was not mentioned in the 2005 Act. उसमें सिर्फ ये मेंशन किया था that women will have equal rights or same rights as the son had. Now there फिर उसके बाद अलग अलग क्वेश्चंस रेज होने स्टार्ट हो गए ना. इसके बाद काफी सारे केसेस आए जिसमें हाई कोर्ट ने, सुप्रीम कोर्ट के जजेस ने अलग अलग रूलिंग्स दी, अलग अलग स्टैंड लिया इस पोजीशन के ऊपर. Let us talk about this case, Prakash versus Phulwati case of 2015. Under this, it was two judge bench deal कर रहा था इस केस से. It was headed by A.K. Goyal. Now उन्होंने judgment दिया, इस two judge bench ने judgment दिया that the benefits of 2005 amendment could be granted only to living daughters. Now please read this carefully. They said that if the daughter is living of the living co-parceners, मतलब अगर daughter living है and उनके father is also living, he is not dead, तभी उनको ये benefit मिल सकता है 2005 Act का. अगर उनकी father is नहीं रहे अब, if he is no more, then उन्हें ये right नहीं मिलेगा, then उनको equal property नहीं मिलेगी. They will not be able to inherit their ancestral property. So उन्होंने condition रखी कि अगर living daughter है and उनके father भी living है तभी उनको benefit मिलेगा. क्योंकि कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि जो daughter है she has died and उनके husband या उनके जो children हैं they are fighting case on their behalf. तो ये judgment दिया in 2015 इस सुप्रीम हाई कोर्ट ने. देन इसके बाद एक और केस आया इन 2018 February. यहाँ पर जो जजमेंट था इट वाज कॉन्ट्ररी टू 2015 रूलिंग. अंडर दिस द टू जज बेंच वाज हेडेड बाय A.K. Sikri, जस्टिस A.K. Sikri. नाउ 2015 में देयर वाज जस्टिस A.K. Goyal. सो अलग अलग जजेस हैं, डू नॉट गेट कंफ्यूज. यहाँ पर ये कहा गया, द two-judge bench held that the share of father who died in 2001 will also pass to his daughter as co-parcener during partition of property as per 2005 law. Even if the father died, doesn't matter, and even if the father has died before this amendment was made, तब भी उनकी daughter को partition का जो property का हिस्सा है वो मिलेगा and it would be equal. मतलब ये लॉ अप्लाई होता है, डजंट मैटर इफ द फादर इज लिविंग और ही इज नो मोर देयर. देन अप्रैल 2018 में एक और केस आया जिसमें दिस इज अगेन अ टू जज बेंच केस. यहाँ पर इट वाज हेडेड बाय R.K. Goyal एंड ही रिटरेटेड द पोजीशन टेकन इन 2015. उन्होंने सेम वही जजमेंट दिया जो 2015 में प्रकाश वर्सेस फूलमती केस में दिया गया था. नाउ due to these different opinions, different verdicts, finally सुप्रीम कोर्ट के पास ये केस आया कि क्या किया जाना चाहिए, what should be the exact meaning, what should we follow, what should the high courts follow. And finally सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने रूल किया है that the verdict from overrules the verdict from 2015 and April 2018. जो verdict 2015 and April 2018 में दिया था उसको overrule किया. And he said, the Supreme Court said that now women have, or the daughter have, equal rights to the ancestral property. Now the court looked into the rights under Mitakshara Co-Parcenary School sections, and उन्होंने कहा that section 6 creates an unobstructed heritage or a right created by birth for a daughter of a co-parcener. The right cannot be limited by whether the co-parcener is alive or dead when the right is operationalized. कि it doesn't matter if their father is alive or dead. Yet this right of the women or their daughter is by birth. It cannot be limited by the living, if their father is living or dead. If the right is there by birth, it is operationalized, then it cannot be limited. and it will be equal as that the right of their son. And the Supreme Court has also directed all the high courts to dispose all the cases which are involved, which are related to this issue, this Hindu Succession Act और in ancestral property को लेकर है, within 6 months, since they would have been pending for years. Property या फिर जो भी केसेस है, इंडिया में ऑलरेडी इतना ज़्यादा बैकलॉग है केसेस का, तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कहा कि जल्दी से जल्दी इन केसेस को डिस्पोज ऑफ किया जाए. एंड गवर्नमेंट का क्या रोल था, गवर्नमेंट ने क्या स्टेटमेंट लिया, क्या स्टैंड दिया? गवर्नमेंट को भी जो रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं इन कोर्ट्स, सॉलिसिटर जनरल तुषार मेहता वाज रिप्रेजेंटिंग द गवर्नमेंट एंड ही आल्सो फेवर्ड एन एक्सपेंसिव रीडिंग ऑफ लॉ टू अलाउ इक्वल राइट्स फॉर वुमेन. उन्होंने कहा कि वुमेन को इक्वल राइट मिलने चाहिए एंड ही रेफर टू द ऑब्जेक्ट्स एंड रीजंस ऑफ द 2005 अमेंडमेंट. तो उन्होंने भी, and now this ruling by Supreme Court is very much positive. It will help in women empowerment in a much wider form. So that's all about the Supreme Court verdict. I hope you liked the video. Thank you so much, and please do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you.